Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are deploying Nextcloud all-in-one server in Linux system. We will set up this server in our local network with local DNS and self-signed certificate. So before dive into this setting up Nextcloud, here are some key points and motive behind this guide that you should consider. Please read these points before follow this tutorial, and you can also follow this guide on my website at ITGUYAKay.com. Also ensure your environment meets these requirements. Note that the Nextcloud talk function is out of this demonstration as it is required a real trust certificate. Now we are ready to deploy our Nextcloud-AIO server. So let's get started. So first of all, we have to update our system. So run this command to update your system. As you can see that I have already up to date my system, and then we have to follow this link to install Docker in our system. So this is the official way to install Docker. Uh, Also you can run this command shown in screen that you can install Docker. This is a shell script recommended by Docker, and also get your system's IP address and note it down. We copy this and save this for. Also make sure you have a proper host name. I have set home server as a host name for my system. Once you install Docker in your system, you should add your current user to Docker group, so that we don't need to run sudo command every time. Refresh the database for group. Now Docker has been installed. We now have to install DNS mask in our system as a local DNS. So first off, install DNS mask and copy or backup your default DNS mask configuration, and then we have to create a new DNS mask configuration file, and I have already write down the configuration. You can find this configuration on my official site. I will give the link in the description. Just change the IP address with your current IP address and you are good to go, and copy and paste this configuration to your current DNS mask configuration file. So as you can see that I have copied my configuration. Save it and exit. Once you saved it, and we have to test that our configuration is fine, so run this command to test. As you can see that the syntax is okay. Now we are ready to restart DNS mask services. So you can also verify that DNS mask is working. As you can see that it's active and running. Ignore any other errors right now because it is conflicting with resolve config file. Now we have to test that our DNS server is working properly. So just use nslookup command to resolve our IP address with the domain name. So as you can that we are able to resolve our local domain name. We can also check that our DNS server is resolving upstream uh, domain names like google.com. For that we have to check with this command. Change the DNS hostname IP address. As you can see that we are able to resolve it and our local DNS server is working fine. Now we have to add some firewall rules. So here are some rules that you have to add in your system so our Nextcloud server will work properly. We have to enable some ports like port 80, port 443 and port 8080 on our local network. So change the IP address range for our local network. Also we need to add the port 53, that is our local DNS port. We need to allow this port also so our client can resolve this and talk to our DNS server. After that, reload your firewall and check the status of your firewall, that the rules are being added or not. So we can verify that also. Once the rules have been updated, now we have to update our host file. This is required for some reason in case our DNS server uh, stop working. So locally we are able to access our Nextcloud server. By updating this, we will able to access our Nextcloud server in our host machine. That is the point to add this. So we have saved this file also. Now next we have to generate a self-signed certificate for our subdomain. So before that we have to create some directories. So run these commands to create these directories. You can choose any other path if you want to create some other location for these directories. So we have created a separate directory for our certificates, and the second command will create a nextcloud-data folder for our data of Nextcloud that our users will use. All the data of users will go into this directory. So now we have to enter into search directory. Use cd command to go into search. Verify the path that you are in search directory and run this updated command as you can seen on your screen. Don't run the copied one. Once you create the directory, search, self and search, you have to verify the permissions are proper. So run this command to set the permissions for your newly created search files. So we have also verified that permissions are okay now. Now we are ready to run our master container of Nextcloud all-in-one server. So just copy that command and run this, you have to modify the environment and DNS variable before you run this. So make sure you have added the upstream DNS, which is 8.8.8.8, and the local DNS also, and environment of your Nextcloud data directory. In your case, it will take some time to download the master container, so you have to wait for some times, at least 2 to 5 minutes. So once the container is up and working, you can access the master container from your browser using your host machine IP address and using port 8080. Make sure you use HTTPS to access this path. As soon as you use the proper URL link, you will able to access this homepage. It will give you a passphrase that we have to copy and use to log in our Nextcloud all-in-one master container. Copy this passphrase so you don't lost it. So as you can see that we are able to log in. If you are not able to log in, keep refresh. Make sure you are setting up the domain name here that will match with our cert file and our DNS mask entry, and then submit domain. Here you can choose the optional Nextcloud all-in-one containers. So my advice is to make it very minimal, because if you are testing or first time trying to set up, you can add this optional container later on. So you also have to check the other options if you are able to see, like the time zone, and then you have to download and start containers. Ignore any warning and just click on download button, and you can verify that other containers are downloaded and running using docker ps command. So use docker ps command to keep checking that our optional containers are downloading or not. It will take some time, so you have to wait until the additional containers are downloading, because it will take some time as per your choice. If you have chosen multiple optional containers, so as you can see that we are able to download all the containers and running. If you refresh the page again, and you will see this screen, and as you can see that if we are trying to open Nextcloud container, so it is giving us the error because we have to run the proxy server now. So we have to run reverse proxy. So go into the proxy server again, go into proxy server proxy directory using cd command. So here we are in proxy directory. Now we have to create a httpd.conf file. Use vim or nano command to create a new file, and copy this httpd configuration into that file. You just have to replace the domain name URL in your httpd.conf file. So replace it with your own domain name. Here I have already set the nextcloud.homeserver.lan as the server name in my httpd file. Verify the configuration file and save it. Now we have to create a Docker Compose file so we can run and up this reverse proxy container. So we have to create that also. Copy and paste this configuration to run reverse proxy, Apache reverse proxy server. Make sure that you map the cert folder and httpd.conf file path in the Docker Compose YAML file. The path should be matched with the files where they are exist. So as I will show you that we create this YAML file in the same location where our certs and our httpd.conf files are created, as you can see that. So now we have to save this YAML configuration file, and we have to run docker compose up command to run this container. Enter, and our Apache reverse proxy has been created. So it will download in your case and up. Once the proxy is downloaded and running, you are able to access the Nextcloud server. So as you can see that we are getting the cert warning, accept the risk and continue. So as you are able to see that we are getting the login screen. So enter the credentials given in your screen. So this is the session error that has been expired. We have to again enter password and login. So as you can see that we are able to log into Nextcloud all-in-one server admin account successfully. You may connect to your client devices with this server in your local network. You just have to modify the DNS entry in your client devices to connect to this Nextcloud all-in-one server, and you are good to go to connect to Nextcloud server. This is all for this video. Please like, share and comment if you like this video. In next video, I will show you how to configure Nextcloud all-in-one server using Tailscale and Caddy proxy server. Till then, bye.